So you've got your CWP already. That's great. That's a great first step. I run into people often out in public who already have their CWPs and feel that that's as far as they need to go in their training. But to be honest, the CWP course, now South Carolina is better than some other states, but it's still nowhere near what a person realistically needs to be able to defend themselves in a real situation, which is the intent of having a CWP and carrying a gun. Reality is shooting while moving from disadvantaged shooting positions while somebody's possibly shooting back at you or trying to stab you or maim you in some way, shape, or form, sometimes within arm's reach, sometimes out of arm's reach. It is a very dynamic, very aggressive, very mentally taxing situation, adrenaline pumping, slow motion, tunnel visioning, major motor skill, high strength situation. And a CWP training course, the state required CWP training course will not give you that. Trust me. I'm a state certified instructor, and I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for close to 20 years as an instructor. So, what more do you need? Well, you need to learn how to shoot while moving. You need to learn how to change magazines. You need to learn how to clear malfunctions, both, with two hands and one hand. You need to know how to shoot one-handed. You need to know how to shoot a moving threat, coming at you or laterally. You need to know how to get off the X if somebody's running at you, trying to tackle you or stab you with a knife. You need to know how to get off the X. You need to know how to create a little bit of space if somebody's getting ready to throw a haymaker at you. A big dude's getting ready to knock your head off. You need to be able to create a little bit of space and allow time for your weapon to get your tools, whatever they may be, into the fight for your life. And a regular CWP course will not give you that. So, to meet that need, we developed Defensive Foundation. We offer it in two formats. We offer it by itself, and we offer it with the CWP state requirements added on to it for an extra $50. Normally, a CWP course by itself will cost $75 plus. And some training organizations are better than others. But one of our instructors, for a quick example, obtained his CWP from another training organization that I will not mention. But at the beginning of the training course, the instructor said to the class, "You all will pass this course. You will pass this course because it is your Second Amendment right to do this." I struggle with that. Yes, it is your Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms, and I will never give up my arms, willingly. But when they were testing, our instructor witnessed some of his fellow students hitting the ground beneath the target multiple times, jerking the trigger so bad, not able to place shots, obviously failed the live fire portion of the training, and I don't know how well they all did on the written portion, but still obtained their CWPs. I personally, I will not give someone a checklist, a student instructor checklist. That's what it's called in South Carolina. I will not give someone a checklist to take and mail in to SLED. That's the way it's done in South Carolina to get their CWP without obtaining what we, Protect Custom Gear, believe to be the minimum amount of training that a person needs to effectively defend themselves in the real world. And that is what defensive foundation is. It is a foundation, a solid foundation for us all to build our extra training on top of. So if you've got your CWP and that's all the further you've gone with your training, and you shot from the various positions, progressively further back from the target, from a low ready and from the draw, just realize that that is not enough. Please do it for yourself, do it for your family, do it for the bystanders that may be in the area, when you are defending yourself or stepping in to defend someone else, because that is not enough training. I don't care what you think. It is not enough training if that's all the training you've had. We've had prior military guys. One of our instructors is 20 years retired Special Forces, and he came and took defensive foundation, where we were shooting while moving and magazine changes, clearing malfunctions, shooting moving targets, and several other drills. The Toller drill, it's a great drill. It's 21 feet or less with a knife. He said half of this stuff we didn't do in the military, and I'm Special Forces. I'm not dogging the military by any means, but this is a quality course that we offer to the community at a very reasonable price. It is approximately 14 hours worth of training for $200. If you do the math, that's less than $20 an hour for a professional service. You take your car to the mechanic, how much are you going to pay, to have the mechanic work on your car? A whole lot more than $20 an hour. But anyways, that's something to consider. Let down your guard, let down your, and I mean no offense by this, let down your pride and come and get some more training with a professional organization that cares about your ability to effectively defend yourselves in the real world with a firearm. And remember, the ultimate weapon is the mind. All else is supplemental. So even if you use your gun and it goes dry or it jams or you can't fix it in duress, you're still in the fight. As long as you're alive, you're still in the fight. You got these, you got all kinds of disposable items around you, like the bowl that you used this morning for your coffee, or for your cereal that you then recycled to use for your coffee. I know this video is a little longer than our normal videos, but this is a conversation that I've had probably hundreds of times. And, not everybody responds to it, the way that I pray that they would. The firearms world is different than others in that a lot of pride or bad ego. There's good ego too, but a lot of bad ego comes along with gun ownership. I once had a guy tell me he was a gun expert, or a tactical expert or something like that. I said, "Oh, really? Cool. Tell me about your background," because I love meeting other people with interesting backgrounds that I can learn more from, or our instructing staff can learn more from. We've even brought guests in for training seminars. He said, I'm an expert. I said, "Really? Tell me about yourself." He said, "Oh, I've got about 20 guns at home in my safe." Wow. Anything else? No, I own about 20 guns, and I shoot, some of them. Okay. Wow. So, that'd be like And see, the CWP course, now granted, South Carolina's a lot better than some other states. I mean, like Florida, for instance, you sit through a classroom portion. You don't have to take any tests. You simply shoot a wax bullet at a silhouette a few feet in front of you, just to demonstrate that you can point and click, and then you're good. You just got to mail in your stuff and get your CWP. Or Indiana, when I turned 18, I went to the local police department, filled out my application, mailed it off to the state police, and got my lifetime carry permit. Didn't have to do anything other than walk in and get my permit. That's scary. That's really scary. Because now, here I am, 18, we'll say an average 18-year-old, filled with testosterone, carrying a gun. In Indiana, you can open carry, and say I'm a hothead and I don't have any training. That's a dangerous thing. Or say I'm just a good Samaritan and I still don't have any training. But I think because I've got that little card in my wallet that, boy, I am ready. I am ready. I'm a Navy SEAL now that I've got this card, And I've watched a few James Bond movies, And let me tell you something. What you see in the movies is not reality, I don't care what anybody says. You can't run while someone else is running, shooting at you, and then magically shoot them in the head, every time, like the Punisher can. Great movie, but so unrealistic. Things to think about. But anyways, we care about you, and thank you for taking that step and getting your CWP. But please consider getting an adequate, a proper amount of realistic training, whether it's with ProTech or with another training entity. Please get more. You don't get to walk into the DMV and show them that you can start the car and put it in drive and then get your license. You have to take a whole lot more tests. You got to make sure your eyesight's good. You got to make sure you can obey the laws of the road. You can parallel park. You can do triangular turnaround. You can accelerate on an on-ramp. You've got to be able to do all those things and pass it all and take a written exam that you know all the laws. You've got to be able to do a whole lot before you get that card in your wallet that says driver's license on it. And I know that's not a constitutional right, and the right to keep and bear arms is a constitutional right. But the difference between then and now is then fathers would teach their sons. Everybody lived in the country. Everybody was self-sufficient. Fathers would teach their sons proper gun handling, proper gun safety. They'd teach them how to shoot. They'd teach them how to protect the family. Now people grow up and they never even touched a gun, and their neighbor gets robbed and they say, "Oh my God, I gotta go get a gun and get my CWP so I can be ready." And it's I mean, more power to them. I'm so happy that they finally woke up and they want to get that training or get their CWP and get a gun. But by and large, what happens is they go buy the gun, they take the course. They're not comfortable with carrying the gun because the course doesn't cover nearly enough information that they need to be able to begin being comfortable with carrying a gun. And sometimes they don't buy a holster that makes them comfortable enough to carry concealed. In comes ProTech. And they put the gun in the sock drawer at home, and they hope and pray that they never have to use it. And deep down inside, when they really, really think about it, sometimes they realize, hey, I need more. That's where we come in. So please get on our website, check it out, get on our Facebook page or YouTube page. We're constantly working on new videos, little teaser videos for different concepts. Check us out. We may be able to help you. We are a local business here in Elgin, South Carolina. And our family's main shooting range is in Brazil, Indiana. It's a 60-acre training facility. It's a one-of-a-kind facility. It really is. They offer a great service to the community, but it's a little too far for us to be able to drive to from down here to do a weekend training course. But so that's why we do what we do here while we're here. Love you guys, and God bless you. And stay safe.